Testing, 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 testing. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Forgive our debtors as we forgive our debts. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive our trespassers. Forgive our trespassers, as we forgive our trespassers. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Thank you, God, for all you do. Thank you, God, for being my friend. Thank you, God, for your unconditional love, support, and kindness. Thank you, God, for all the blessings, miracles, and gifts of today. Thank you, God, for a beautiful day with my family, and thank you, God, for ensuring that we just enjoy the time together today. Test. Okay, note to self, don't ever touch the damn computer. Don't ever touch the damn computer while you're streaming. That's good job. Let's see. What? Mm. Mm. What in the heck? Are you fucking serious? Oh no, fuck this. This is just too much. That's wasted time. Okay, so what I was doing just now was I was researching. There's a YouTube course with a YouTuber, Jenny Hoyos, on creating shorts that go viral. And for me, what I know is that creating YouTube content, you really do want a formula. You always want a formula and you want a system. You want something that works. Not saying that this would be a forever thing, you know. Maybe this is just this year that I do this content. I don't know. But for as long as I choose to do it, I choose to have it work. I choose to have a replicatable system that actually works. And that's going to require knowledge. So I could either spend a whole bunch of time researching how to do something and then doing it on my own, piecing it all together, having things break or whatever, or I can learn from someone who is like doing it already and doing it to a very high level. And that's Jenny Hoyos. And what's even more interesting is that she took her mom's channel, Saving Lady, and she grew her channel to 1 million subscribers. I think with shorts, because, and the shorts, they're nothing really like, wow, you know, it's not spectacular. So I'm curious about it. The course is $210 USD. In euro, that's 189 euros. And I'm strongly considering getting it, just for the simple fact that I want to cut my learning curve, my learning time as much as possible. And if I can do that successfully, if I can cut my learning time by 80%, I would do that. I would really, really do that. Because time is very precious and I don't have that time to just be trying to figure things out or whatever. I need to really go in a specific direction and that's it, and just commit to that direction. So I was thinking about a course like Creator Now, but you know, there's I can't find the website is not accessible, so I don't know. And right now, time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. But at the same time, too, I understand the importance of being consistent and pounding the stone, which is exactly what is today's main live stream focus about. Tapping on being consistent. Consistent in the right things. All right, so I just asked ChatGPT for a EFT tapping script on consistency and being consistent and pounding the stone. Gotta pound the stone. Yes, endurance and long-term mission. I'll be right back. All right, let's do it. So, in the past, my issue has been being consistent and just pounding the stone and just hanging in there and not switching subjects. I don't think at a certain point it wasn't about being discouraged or whatever. There was a point where I was discouraged and I didn't have anyone necessarily telling me, hey, you can do this, whatever. I had to really believe in myself. But now it's about being very, going the distance and having the endurance to do this. Having the endurance to persevere. Even if that's an idea. Persevering, that's another idea. I choose to make it happen, is basically what I'm saying. I choose to make it happen. Let's go. Even though part of me struggles with consistency and sometimes doubts my ability to go the distance, I deeply and completely accept myself, and I choose to build steady strength one day at a time. Even though part of me struggles with consistency and sometimes doubts my ability to go the distance, I deeply and completely accept myself, and I choose to build steady strength one day at a time. Even though part of me struggles with consistency and sometimes doubts my ability to go the distance, I deeply and completely accept myself, and I choose to build steady strength one day at a time. This pressure to be consistent, this fear of burning out, this impatience will slow progress. Wanting results now, wanting instant satisfaction and instant gratification now. Wondering if I could really sustain this. Doubting my ability to go the distance. All these old patterns of starting and stopping. All this history of inconsistency. Carrying the weight of the past attempts. watching others succeed faster, comparing my pace to theirs, forgetting that my path is different. This frustration with slow growth, this urge to quit or pivot too soon, this pressure I put on myself, trying to sprint a marathon, wanting proof before the stone cracks, forgetting that progress is invisible at first. All this tension in my body, all this fear of wasting effort, all this doubt about whether it's working. Holding this pressure in my chest, carrying the burden of expectation, feeling the weight of, I should be further by now. This survival energy, this urgency, this belief that I need immediate payoff. Choosing consistency over intensity. Choosing rhythm over force. Choosing presence over pressure. I don't need to rush. I don't need to prove. I just need to show up. Releasing self-judgment. Releasing harsh inner criticism. Releasing the whip. Letting my nervous system calm. Letting consistency feel safe. Letting effort feel sustainable. Letting effort feel sustainable. I am allowed to build slowly. I am allowed to take the long road. I am allowed to trust the process. Grounding into my body. Rooting into the earth. Taking one solid step at a time. I choose to become someone who shows up consistently, calmly, and powerfully, no matter how long it takes. I am building endurance. I can go the distance. My pace is perfect. Every strike counts. I can go the distance. My pace is perfect. Every strike counts. I can go the distance. My pace is perfect. Every strike counts. I can go the distance. My pace is perfect. Every strike counts. My pace is perfect. I can go the distance. Every strike counts. I can go the distance. My pace is perfect. Every strike counts. I trust compound effort. I am grounded, steady, and committed. I am the kind of person who shows up daily, pounds the stone patiently, and finishes what I start. I am the kind of person who shows up daily, pounds the stone patiently, and finishes what I start. I am the kind of person who shows up. I am the kind of person who shows up daily, pounds the stone patiently, and finishes what I start. I am the kind of person who shows up daily, pounds the stone patiently, and finishes what I start. I am the kind of person who shows up daily, pounds the stone patiently, and finishes what I start. I am the kind of person who shows up daily, pounds the stone patiently, and finishes what I start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am the kind of person who shows up daily, pounds the stone patiently, and finishes what I start. I am the kind of person who shows up daily, pounds the stone patiently, and finishes what I start. Okay. And now I'm going to chant this mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, which means I honor the steady force that transforms slowly and completely, which is ideal for long-term patience, long-term discipline, patience, inner strength, endurance, ego dissolution, stone pounding energy. All right. Thank you so much for helping me build that endurance now at this stage of my life. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah. I hear an inner voice saying that's not it. We're going to get there. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. What am I avoiding? What am I avoiding? I'm avoiding that scarcity topic. Okay, so let's go again. Let's do it again. There's another, yesterday I did a EFT on scarcity. And I want to just keep tapping on it, right? Just want to keep tapping on the scarcity stuff and let that go. Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Even though my nervous system still runs the old survival program, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I learned survival as a child, and that word, that's not it either. Okay, we're going to go through this though. And that word lives in my subconscious. I honor how it protected me, and I'm ready to release it now. Even though investing in myself triggers fear. Like, what if I need cash and what if I lose everything? I choose to feel safe, supported, and guided. This survival program, this scarcity loop, this inherited fear, the what if it all falls apart feeling, the pressure in my body, the fear of investing in myself, the doubt and the tightening, the old poverty imprint, the hold back, don't spend reflex, the survival voice from childhood, that repeating survival energy, this nervous system bracing, this fear of the future, this resistance to upgrading, the survival energy in my legs and foundation. This is old. It's not who I am now. I honor how survival protected me, but I don't live there anymore. I release scarcity from my subconscious. I release fear from my nervous system. I release the need to brace for disaster. I release guilt for investing in myself. I release the identity of not enough. I choose safety in my body now. I choose grounded calm now. I choose trust in my timing. I choose trust in my path. I choose stability and strength. I choose to be resourced. I choose to expand. I choose to feel supported by life. I am safe enough to build now. I'm allowed to upgrade. I am allowed to have powerful tools. I am allowed to build with real resources. I don't need to struggle to be worthy. I can be safe and successful. I can be grounded and prosperous. I can move forward without fear. My system is upgrading now. My nervous system is upgrading now. I choose abundance over survival. I choose expansion over contraction. I choose long-term wealth creation. I choose to trust myself with money. I choose freedom over flow. Choose freedom and flow. I choose freedom and overflow. I walk forward rooted, calm, and secure. This is my new normal. I am safe in my body. I am guided in my decisions. I am resourced to build what I am here to build. I am safe in my body. I am guided in my decisions. I am resourced to build what I'm here to build. I am safe in my body. I am guided in my decisions. I am resourced to build what I am here to build. I am safe in my body. I am guided in my decisions. I am resourced to build what I'm here to build. I am safe in my body. I am guided in my decisions. I am resourced to build what I'm here to build. I am safe in my body. I am guided in my decisions. I am resourced to build what I'm here to build. I am safe in my body. I am guided in my decisions. I am resourced to build what I'm here to build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am safe in my body. I am guided in my decisions. I am resourced to build what I'm here to build. I am safe in my body. I am guided in my decisions. I am resourced to build what I'm here to build. I am safe in my body. I am guided in my decisions. I am resourced to build what I'm here to build. I am safe in my body. I am guided in my decisions. I am resourced to build what I'm here to build. Okay, I keep hearing my inner voice saying, that's not it. That's not it. And I think it has to do with belief. So yesterday, so to preface this, I was a big enough wrestling fan. I didn't have the financial resources to buy the memorabilia and the products, but I watched it. When I was a kid, I'd watch that Monday Night Raw and Thursday Night SmackDown. When it was Thursday night, now it's Friday Night SmackDown. And I'd watch this. I'd watch the pay-per-views at a friend's house when I could, because I couldn't afford to watch on my own. So for me, I really enjoyed it. Especially that Attitude Era. That was a huge era. However, it definitely does not beat the era of today. Today, wrestling is the best that it's ever been, for sure. And they don't need to cut themselves open and bleed and do all that extra shit. The stories are good enough. The characters are good enough. The wrestlers are fantastic. The wrestling locker room, the talent has never been better than it's ever been before. Like, this is, you have the era of like the greatest wrestlers, I think, of all time. And the great thing is that everyone feels like a real true star. It's not like someone is just like an opening act or whatever. It literally feels like everyone is now a big deal that comes onto the main roster and is a wrestler there. So the point of that is, yesterday I happened to watch because I'm looking at this Jenny Hoyos shorts course. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking about it. I just don't know if I want to spend $210 on it when I can go to Sean Cannell and get a $47 course, you know? But then again, Jenny Hoyos, she has figured it out, because she got like 100,000 subscribers in the last week and a half, basically. Like, it seems like every week that I'm checking her thing, she's just getting thousands upon thousands. And now yesterday, she just reached 10.6 million subscribers, which is fantastic. That's great for her. But I'm looking at her shorts course, and I'm like asking myself, okay, is this going to be applicable to me and what I want to accomplish? You know, because I would like to have the things benefit my trading performance, and be also of use to others. So that means creating content that serves mental health, emotional regulation, emotional well-being, belief work. So that's what I want to focus this concern is it applicable to me? Is it applicable to my use case? Because to spend $210 on something where it's not I don't know about that. But it seems like for a majority of the creators that are on there, that I'm looking through the reviews of who has done the thing. Some claim, so like one or two of the people, it doesn't add up from what they're saying versus what happened. So I'm just curious about that. I'm just curious about that. And I think what's coming up for me is the belief thing. So as I'm watching, and researching all these people, I come across one YouTuber, and this YouTuber happens to be transgender, was a guy, became a girl, and they now wrestle. And they had a filming of I hear the inner voice saying, oh, why does that matter? Why are you bringing that up? Why does that matter? It doesn't matter. I'm just telling a fucking story. Please, God dang. Like, don't get at me. Jesus. Like, this inner voice. No, I don't want to go there. So this inner voice, all right, so either which way, I'm watching this person, this woman, and she's fucking doing her wrestling thing, and she happens to have a short of her, like her reaction. Her reaction to John Cena's last match. And in John Cena's last match, John Cena tapped out to a wrestler named Gunther. He tapped. And I was watching her reaction, and my thoughts the same. He tapped, he gave up, right? So that was it, right? So John Cena's whole brand in wrestling was never give up. And then he gave up on his last match, right? So he tapped and he gave up. So that was really interesting and really fitting and poetic if you think about it. He's getting older. He's already said, like, I can't do this forever. You know, I can't perform at this level of being John Cena as I once could. And I'm not sure exactly why I bring that up, though. I'm not exactly sure why my subconscious is thinking about that, is reminding me, hey, that's while I'm doing the EFT tapping this whole time, the inner voice is saying, that's not it, that's not it. And then I keep saying John Cena's face. How did that make me feel? It was interesting. It was an interesting thing to see. John Cena has been around for a long fucking time. 23 years in wrestling. That's a long ass time. For as long as I was watching him, he was pretty much the guy. Maybe he like sucked in the beginning. Maybe he, you know, I remember his story, like he was having issues backstage with like, you know, getting the attention or whatever, and management staff, whoever, was saying, oh, I don't know if it's going to work out for John Cena. But then he came up with the Doctor of Thugonomics. He nailed it. He really nailed it. And from that Doctor of Thugonomics, he just went all the way, you know. Like, it wasn't believable when Gunther was putting on that headlock on him. It wasn't that believable because I didn't see his face like turn red or whatever. I didn't see, you know, it was more just like he just had it there and he was like holding it. And then John Cena, because he's so fucking massive, he's like, tapping or whatever. That could have been done a little bit more. It could have been real. That part could have been real, where he was like really choking him. His face really got red, and then he was like, and then he tapped, right? But the meaning behind it, he finally gave up. That was his way of saying, I gotta move on. And then I saw like okay, yeah, it's hitting something here. And then I saw the faces in the crowd. I saw the fans wearing all the John Cena equipment, the John Cena clothing, whatever. All these guys, all these fans, they were like, they were silent, they were shocked. I want to know now why does this resonate with me? What is it about this? And then afterwards, I saw an interview with Cody Rhodes, and he was looking at the sneakers in the middle of the ring, and he was reflecting on what it all meant. And it was good to see him get emotional about, and just show his emotion in that moment, and just say, wow, like, this was the guy that basically held this company. He carried this company on his back for a long fucking time, through good times and bad times. He did it. He did not give up on them. That's the legacy. This is the last time you'll see me. He says, I gotta call it in now. I'm getting too old. Or either that, or he just wants to move on with his life. But the reaction of these fans. 23 years. I think that makes me think about my purpose. Selfishly, I think that makes me think about my purpose, and it makes me think about, John Cena. John Cena did this for 23 fucking years. Yes, he was part-time for like a good 8 years, for sure. At least 8 years. But otherwise, like, he was there, like, every event, everything. He was doing it. Do I believe in myself to that point where I can do the same thing for 23 years? I think the answer is no. I'm reading this book on Marie Forleo. I'm reading this book by Marie Forleo. It's called Everything is Figureoutable, and she's talking about belief. She's talking about your beliefs and the importance of your beliefs and why your beliefs dictate like a lot of things in your life, which it's nothing new to me. I already knew that. I've been doing a lot of belief work, especially in the last 18 to 24 months. But she said something about, like, 17 years. Someone was doing something for like 17 years. Can I find it, please? Or are you going to give me a hard time? Will you give me permission to find this? Or are you going to slow down on me? She mentioned something about 17 years. Marie Forleo. 17 years. All right. She said, she was talking about her when she went to New York City for the first time. And what did she say? She said, at 6 years old, I was walking in downtown New York City with my parents. Suddenly, a zinger of a thought popped into my young mind. I'm going to live here one day. This idea was so unquestionable and exciting, I couldn't help but say it out loud. I stopped in the middle of the sidewalk near Bleecker and Perry Streets, held my hands in the air and shouted, I'm going to live here when I grow up. Puzzled, my mom said, what are you talking about? We live in New Jersey. That's where you go to school. That's where your friends are. That's where me and Daddy are. And that's where you belong. No, Mom, I belong here. When I grow up, I'm going to live here and work here and have my own apartment right here. You'll see. And then she says, it took me 17 years. But eventually I made that idea my reality. It took me 17 years. But eventually I made that idea my reality. And I read that because I think with the John Cena, the belief thing, right? The belief. Believing in myself, like believing, okay, am I gonna fucking be successful or not here, man? Am I gonna fucking do this or not? Or am I gonna give up? Am I gonna give up? And there were parts in my life, there were times in my life where I just felt like, man, I can't do this anymore. I hear the inner voice saying, there you go, that's it. When I was 12 years old, I was homeless. For those 5 years afterwards, up until the age of 17, when I went to college, it was a miserable time. But there would be times where I remember running the Williamsburg Bridge in New York City. Ironically enough, I would be running the Williamsburg Bridge after school at night with a friend. And I'd just be sometimes just thinking, like sometimes I spend days by myself sometimes as well, just running and jogging and working out and just thinking to myself like, I'm meant to do something here. I'm meant to do something. I'm supposed to be something. I'm supposed to be somebody. Why would God have me here, you know? Why would I be here? And at that time, like I was really angry about a lot of things in my life. But I just had this thought in my head that it just would not go away. It's like I'm supposed to be something. I'm supposed to be something. I'm supposed to be something. But what? What the fuck am I supposed to be? And as I jog, this is what would be in my head constantly. Like I'm supposed to be something. I'm supposed to be somebody. I worked jobs that I fucking hated. I got fired from 2 jobs, I think, in my life. The gym when I was in my first college, the College of St. Rose, and then at a baby store in the Upper East Side. Look, they were not paying enough money. They were really not paying enough money for me to really give a shit. And plus, I sucked at those jobs. I really sucked at those jobs. I really sucked ass at those jobs. I hated doing those jobs. It's just for money. It's not what I want to do. It's not what I want to do. It's not what I want to do in my life. And it's not that I don't want to work. I want to work. I want to do something that I fucking love to do. And I wake up and I'm like excited. I want to be excited. I want to be really excited. I think what got frustrating about YouTube is that it's all the shit that comes with it from last time, you know? Like, I was able to grow a YouTube channel from 0 subscribers to 15,000 fucking subscribers within a matter of months using just a smartphone. I didn't have, top gear. I didn't have a top equipment or microphone or whatever. It was just me with a smartphone that had a cracked screen in it. And I did everything. I did all the video editing in that fucking phone. And that was work. That was a lot of work, man. That was so much work. It was so much work. However, after all these years, I went to college. I studied business and sport management. I got into personal training. And I felt like what do I do? What do I do? And every single time that I had a job, I just get this inner thing in me. This, I don't know how to describe it, but it was just like this, yo, you gotta leave. You have to leave. You have to leave. You have to leave. This is not it. This isn't it. And this is the same exact thing with Marie Forleo. It wasn't it. She was saying that in her book. She had these jobs or whatever. It wasn't it. Maybe, I hope I can meet her one day and just tell her how that, what she's talking about resonates a lot with me. Cause man, it just wasn't it. Fucking these jobs sucked ass. And this wasn't it for me. And I just had this feeling like I got to do something else in my life. I'm not going to be this person. I'm not going to be this. I'm not going to do this. And I don't want to, Oh, what the fuck? And I don't want to. I do not want to. I wanted to do the thing that I want to do, that makes me feel happy, that makes me feel joyful, that feels good to me. What is that though? What is that fucking thing? That's the thing. What is that thing? What is that thing for me? What is that thing that I need to do? That's the hard part. And so over these years, I've been doing my best to figure it out. I finally landed on, okay, we have this website called lifepurpose.com. And I want to grow that. I believe that I'm supposed to do something. I believe I'm supposed to do something. When I went to ayahuasca in 2018, and I took ayahuasca for the first time ever, I heard this voice, this female voice tell me, I want you to spread a message of love and healing. Please help me spread this message of love and healing. What the fuck does that even mean, spread this message of love and healing? I don't know what that means. Please tell me more. What does that mean? I don't know. What does it mean? What does it mean? How can I do this? These are the things, these are the experiences in my life where because I have not had the success, started to doubt, like, yo, is this ever gonna fucking happen? Like, am I ever gonna fucking make it? What does it mean to make it though? For me, making it means being incredibly clear on what I do. And I know what I do. Or like someone could fucking tell me, hey, this is what you do. It's very clear. And it's not, I don't know if it's EFT, you know? Like I said, I can do this all day if that's what it is. But I don't know if I feel that joy or like, yeah, I'm great to do EFT all day. And to do this for the next 23 years like a John Cena. What is the thing that I can do for the next 23 years like a John Cena, like a Gary Vaynerchuk? You know? For me, I think that's business, but I don't know. I don't know. And I'm asking myself, like, what can I really do here? I know I can do something. I know that if I know exactly what I'm supposed to do and I feel that, I can do that. I can do that. I have no problem working, you know? Like, I have no problem. I fucking went to school and I got two bachelor's degrees, a master's, and a doctorate, you know? Like, if I can sit through 5 years, all that school, all those years of school, and fucking, you know, I can do a lot of things. I can do a lot of things. I know I can do a lot of things. I got so much certifications, read so many books, all this shit. I can do something. Something. I can do something. But what though? But what though? And that's the bigger thing. What can I do? What do I want to do? I see different possibilities, and I think for me, I'm just gonna go in one direction and just give myself permission to pivot on this channel because I want to figure it out, and I don't want to give up. I do not. There's sometimes a part of me that's like, I can't keep going on like this though. So it's either I have to make it or I have to give up. And I don't want to give up. I want to persist. I want to pound the stone and split this fucking stone of, you know, this area of my life. And for as long as I can remember, having success has been a huge deal for me. Being financially rich has been a huge deal for me, primarily because of the homeless situation at 12 years old. And my original reasons was like, I want to buy the building. I want to become so rich that I buy the building and I evict all the people here so they can feel my pain. That's not the answer. It's not. I don't want people to suffer. At least not consciously at this stage of my life. Now, my ambition is, hey, look, I want to do something where I have enough freedom and flexibility to watch my kids grow up. For me, I think that's trading, you know, and maybe even building a YouTube channel. Why? Because with trading, it's really just it's more of a solo operation. Obviously, you need tools. If you think about those as your employees, you still need tools. And as I'm doing algorithmic trading, and I'm building a system to trade for me on autopilot while I'm gone, then yeah, that's something that I could scale in the future. And that doesn't require me to be there for the long term. But you know, is that going to be it though? Right? Is that going to be the thing that satisfies me? Is it just a money thing for me? Is that really just the case? Is it really just a money thing that's what I need to do? I don't know. And I wish I did know. I wish I had a lot of clarity on that. I'm going to start with talking about the topics that I've talked about that Dr. Van Tharp said were very important for someone having success with trading, and that's to work on their psychology and their inner state. So I'd rather work there and make that than the primary focus, because then that supports trading, right? That's going to support trading long term. I think that also supports anything, right? Because if you're thinking clear, if I'm thinking really clearly, if I am looking at this from the most logical space, I'm able to do something like trading, free of all that emotional fuckery, so to speak. And in trading, that seems to be a huge thing for a lot of people, is that they sabotage their success. They sabotage themselves. And I'm keenly aware that that is a habit of mine, you know? Like even the idea of doing shorts right now, I'm aware that if I do this correctly, if I really do this correctly, I can grow this channel very fast. I'm certain of it. And I'm certain also that the way that I would do it, the system, the funnel, the manner in which I would do this incredibly fast. And I can get the system set up at a decent enough speed. I can get it going. I believe in that. But the question remains, do I believe in myself? Do I believe in myself that I can do this? Do I believe in myself that I can go the distance? John Cena went 23 years, and then he finally gave up. He said, I can't do this anymore. And that's the thing for me. I do not want to have something that I cannot do for the rest of my life. I would really like to do something, figure out something that I can do for the rest of my life. Because I would like to do something for the rest of my life. I'd like to have a purpose that I feel like, okay, you know, this is what I do. This is how I serve people. This is how I help. This is how I'm of service. And if I think about that, like if I think about up to the age of like 95 years old, right? Like if I'm supposed to live until 95 years old, 90 fucking 5 years old, what's the thing? What's the thing? Obviously, it's not being a fucking YouTube thumbnail designer. It's not that. It's not that. Maybe it is like a Wayne Dyer. Maybe it is like a coach of some sort. Maybe it is like a Marie Forleo or a Tony Robbins, you know? Maybe. Maybe it's speaking to people. Maybe it's helping them do their shit. Long term, long game. What's the long game here? And, you know, trading too. Trading, I can do that long term. I can do that, you know. Swing trading, it's a game. It's a never-ending game. For as long as there are financial resources and we have a form of exchange and we have money, it's a never-ending game. It's always going to be going. It's always going to be going. So I could realistically be thinking to myself, okay, well, trading is going to evolve. You know, obviously you're going to have AI, and the humans that use AI are going to be able the ones to actually make money at this. Okay, so there's the digital aspect of it, and there's also now the physical human aspect of it. So now I got to ask myself, if there's that, teaching people about their purpose, man, love and healing, doing things with great love in your heart, healing your heart of all its wounds. healing your inner suffering. You can talk about that. You can talk about that, can't you? Yes, but how? How can I do this in a way? I would have to probably change myself as well. I'd have to probably create a brand new identity, which I know how to do already. And it just requires being very still and relaxed and at peace. Working on beliefs, working on being in a good inner state. That's what it really comes down to, I think. Being in a very good inner state. Being in a very good inner state is very important. It's highly important, actually. Being in a good inner state. That's what Sri Pritaji and Sri Krishnaji said. Being in a good inner state. David Hawkins would say being above or being in a higher state of consciousness. Libby Adams would say being above 350 on the map of consciousness. So I'm aware of that. I'm very aware of that. Now I'm thinking to myself, what is it? What is it for me? Trading is a game within itself. That's a arena where that really pushes me to a limit. It's like a discipline builder. Or like Walter Payton says, it's the will maker. It's going to test my will, right? So I'm between that and thinking like really long term and thinking, okay, like the scarcity stuff. What if I don't have the financial support? What if I don't have the financial resources? What if I can't take care of my kids, right? And then there's that little fucking part of me that I definitely want to let go of so that I can focus on the long term, the long game. What's the long game? And performing and playing the long game with macro patience and moving at micro speed. What is that? What is that for me? What is my long game, though? Barbara Hubbard or Barbara Marx or something like this. I remember that old lady. She died in the last 3 or 4 years, I think. And she was in like the self-development space or something like this. Wayne Dyer, he wrote so many books. So many books. What can I do? What can I do that's like evergreen? Talk about love and healing, right? Talk about beliefs. Talk about everything that has to support trading from the psychological side, right? That's what I got to do, right? That's what I got to do. Oh, messed up. What else? Okay, so I asked this question. When it comes to the psychological aspects of trading, what are the key things that go into the psychological aspect of trading? Example, Van Tharp emphasizes belief reprogramming, state anchoring, peak performance, emotional regulation, etc. What are all the elements that go into someone showing up prepared for trading the financial markets at an elite, rare air, one of one level? Here's the clean, complete map of the psychological components of elite rare air trading synthesized from Van Tharp performance psychology, neuroscience, and what actually shows up in top traders. This is not motivation, this is operating system level psychology. TLDR, elite trading psychology is identity, beliefs, state, risk, trust, process, discipline, emotional metabolism, feedback, integration. Let's break it down cleanly. Identity, the core layer. This is the root. Everything else stacks on top of this. Elite identity traits. I am a risk manager first, trader second. My job is execution, not prediction. Outcomes do not define my worth. Losses are business expenses. Yeah. I trade my system, not my feelings. Rare traders don't try to follow rules. They are rule followers by identity. If identity isn't set, beliefs wobble under pressure. Belief systems, Van Tharp core. Beliefs determine what feels safe and creates tension. Mission critical beliefs, any trade can lose. I don't need to know what happens next. Edge plays out over a series. Risk is always predefined. My job is to execute flawlessly, not win. Dangerous beliefs remove. I need to be right. This one matters. Da da da. Beliefs show up as emotions before they show up as thoughts. Risk psychology, the make or break layer. This is where most traders fail. Elite risk psychology. Position size matches emotional tolerance. Risk is small enough to be boring. No single trade can damage confidence. Drawdowns are expected and pre-planned. Van Tharp is very clear here. If position sizing is wrong, psychology collapses. No amount of mindset work can compensate for oversized risk. True. State regulation and state anchoring. You already work in this layer. It's critical. Required states for elite trading: calm focus, emotional neutrality, curiosity over fear, patience, self-trust. State skills: entering a peak neutral state on demand, detecting early state drift, pausing execution when state is compromised, re-anchoring mid-session if needed. Elite traders trade their state as much as their charts. Emotional regulation, not suppression. This is about processing, not ignoring. Skills required: feeling fear without acting on it, allowing disappointment without revenge trading, letting winners run without euphoria, absorbing losses without self-attack. Top traders don't feel less, they recover faster. Think emotional half-life, not emotional absence. Cognitive discipline and attention control. Markets punish impulsivity, distraction, narrative building over analysis. Elite attention traits: present moment awareness, rule-based decision gating, one trade at a time thinking, no story attachment. Rare air traders don't ask, what do I think? They ask, what does my system say? Process trust, the invisible asset. You cannot trade well if you don't trust your edge. Trust comes from back-tested data, forward testing, journaling, review, statistics, repetition. Without trust, hesitation early exits. Without trust, you have hesitation, early exits, overmanagement, self-sabotage. Trust is built outside market hours. Discipline, architecture, environment, greater than willpower. Elite traders design away temptation. Example: hard rules, checklists, playbooks, automated risk controls, time-based shutdowns, predefined max loss. Discipline is not grit, it's structure. Feedback integration, metacognition. This separates pros from amateurs. Elite feedback loop, objective journaling, separating process errors from outcome variance, rapid correction of rule violations, no emotional storytelling in reviews. Rare traders critique execution, not themselves. Nervous system conditioning often ignored. Your nervous system must tolerate uncertainty, waiting, boredom, drawdowns, nonlinear reward. This is trained via exposure, regulation, practices, recovery rules, physical conditioning, breath work, somatic work. Trading is a high uncertainty sport. The nervous system must be trained like an athlete's. 11. Self-relationship and self-trust. At the highest level, no self-abuse, no inner warfare, no shame spirals, clean self-talk. Why? Because self-attack destroys signal clarity, the full stack compressed. Here's the rare air psychological stack. Identity, beliefs, risk sizing, state regulation, emotional metabolism, attention control, process trust, discipline architecture, feedback integration, nervous system conditioning, self-relationship. Miss anyone and performance degrades under pressure. Final truth, no sugarcoating. Elite trading psychology is not mindset. It's a system. It's a system that makes correct behavior inevitable under stress. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I said this. Okay, interesting. So I'm having a hard time determining what type of content. Oh, I want. Wait. Let me see. No. Okay. I say all this because yesterday I happened to watch John Cena tap on his last match. And that was like metaphorical for him saying he gives up and like now he's going to step away from the world of professional wrestling. Period. He has been doing professional wrestling for 23 years. And he's been pretty much the same character. John Cena, the guy that never gives up. That's been his whole thing since he left the Doctor of Thugonomics gimmick. Period. So he was able to keep up with that gimmick for all those years. Period. But I also think that that was who he really was at some point. And now, as I was tapping this morning, my subconscious kept thinking about this. Like, why John Cena? Why am I seeing John Cena's face? Cena's face? Question mark. So I think that could be because he did something for 23 years. And I'm asking myself, if I could do something for 23 years, or even for the rest of my life, what would it be, honestly? Or is my purpose going to change constantly? Question mark. Or do I just have to create for who I am right now, just like John Cena with the Doctor of Thugonomics, and evolve whenever it's time to evolve as a personal brand? Question mark. Do I lock myself in to a specific format, or do I just give myself permission to just be whoever I want to be and express myself however I want to express myself and whatever is of interest to me? Question mark. You don't need to pick the perfect niche. You need a stable core theme, repeatable formats that let you evolve. John Cena didn't win because he had 50 personas. He won because he had one clear promise: never give up, and then expressed it through different eras. Your version of that can be: I build systems that help people become unshakable. That's broad enough to last decades, specific enough to become you. I build systems that help people I build systems that help people become unshakable through inner work, deep work, business building. Well, that's a possibility. What you absolutely have the capacity to create content on: keywords, topics, EFT, emotional mastery, systems over chaos, your natural edge, trading mastery as a personal development journey. This is powerful because it's rare, spiritual, psychic, psychological, trading discipline, psychology of trading, building an algorithm trading system publicly, what trading teaches about the nervous system, rare air trader mindset, film study, playbooks process, keywords, trading psychology, algo trading, build in public, founder content. You already stream daily, clip the story and the lessons, daily progress logs, lessons from building while under pressure, how to keep going when it's hard, tools you bought and why, decision making and execution, keywords, build in public, creator journey, entrepreneurship, discipline, consistency, fatherhood, family, leadership with boundaries. If you choose, you can keep it high level, no details, being a man under pressure, staying stable for your family, identity upgrades, emotional strength without becoming cold, purpose-driven fatherhood, spiritual performance, your unique blend. Most people are either woo or business, you're both. 7, creator systems, shorts, live stream workflow. This can become a product later. Your John Cena answer, neutral third party. Your purpose doesn't need to change every year, but your expression of it will evolve. So don't lock yourself into a niche like a prison. Lock yourself into a promise. Your promise could be: I help people become emotionally unshakable. I turn chaos into systems. I build mastery through discipline. Then your eras can evolve. EFT era, systems era, trading empire era, loveline era, same soul, new chapters. What to do now? Recommended 3 pillars. That's a forever brand. That's a forever brand. 3 pillars: EFT, nervous system, systems, notion, deep work, trading, mastery, deep work. That's a forever brand. 12 easy short ideas you can start today. Tap with me for consistency. No, that's not it. All right, well, that's not it either, you know? That's not the direction either. So, but I'll get there though. I think I just gotta create the content that I think I'm interested in and then feel how that would feel like. Like, how would it feel like to create this content for a long time? Because I can create a system for it, and then I can just execute that system. I already got the equipment coming in, and I can easily just do all that stuff. I have all these ideas in my head, though. You know, maybe it's all these parts that want to express themselves. I'm not sure. Maybe. And I'm gonna give myself the permission to do that. Okay. Master Ganesha, remover of obstacles. Be right back. All right, let's wrap this up here. Today, I got my daughter. I have my daughter today, and got to pick up some packages for the equipment. So let's pick this up here. Let's wrap this up here. Okay. So as I'm going through this, I think I have my daughter. I have my daughter today. Got to pick up the packages, so we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna just chant the Ganesha mantra a couple of rounds just to remove any obstacles. Master Ganesha, remover of obstacles, please support and assist me and us. Whoever watches this, whoever happens to be going through whatever I'm going through too, and has a hard time deciding like what's the direction to go in. Please help make that really clear. Please remove all the obstacles or the inner friction, all the mental discord, so that we can get very clear and remove any obstacles from our path to achieving and fulfilling our Dharma and having success with our purpose. Thank you. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Om Gam Ganapataye Namaho Namaha. All right, that's gonna be it for today. That's gonna be it for today. I gotta see my daughter. I gotta pick up packages. I gotta walk the dog, and there's no point because I'm not gonna do any work, and there's really nothing to document outside of that. I mean, I can't take the camera with me and be like live streaming with a wired USB-C, so it doesn't make any sense. All right, that's it.